I never thought this phone would be so insanely tough until I tried it out. And yeah, I really put it through the reamer. I got it wet, literally, and I dropped it. I tested it to see if it was really worth it. And believe me, it is, folks. This thing has military grade resistance, IP68 and IP69K, but it can also turn into a flashlight. So if the power goes out all the time, this could actually save your life. Just imagine if you lost even more. Good lord. We also have the RugKing 4 Pro here, which you definitely need to consider buying if for any reason you want a rugged phone, because it's got what you need. IP68, IP69K, military grade. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 16 if you count the virtual RAM. So, what's in the box? Everything you need to fall in love with it. It comes with a tool to remove the SIM tray and also user manuals. There are people who are definitely going to read them. It also comes with something important, a tempered glass screen protector. Yeah, because the screen is really tough, but you still need to protect it, folks. It also comes with an 18-watt charger to power its 10,200 milliamp hour battery. Charge it overnight, okay? That way you won't have any trouble. It also comes with a USB Type-C cable on both ends. The phone isn't exactly good looking, but at least it has a very minimalist design on the back. It's kind of like, well, military style. It also comes with this strap included. And we also have a really nice camera mode, that's for sure. A thickness of 19.2 millimeters, and the fingerprint sensor is down on the power button. That's really nice. And as if that weren't enough, we also have facial unlock. And we're also only going to have a single speaker. Here, we have a shortcut to turn on the flashlight, which we've already seen. If it falls like this, because the corners are really tough, you can see it. You can even feel it like this. If it falls like that, there's no problem, but if it falls on the screen, it definitely won't hold up. That's something to keep in mind. That's why it comes with a tempered glass screen protector, although you should know that if it breaks, you'll have to buy another one. I like the camera mode because it has something that really stands out from a distance. We also have dual SIM and micro SD support, meaning you can add a memory card of up to 1 terabyte. So, it's a hybrid tray. Here, we also have an IPS display with a 120Hz refresh rate. That's pretty good for the price range this device is offering. And we also get up to 500 nits of brightness. It's not super powerful, but at least it offers good enough resolution to watch YouTube at 1080p and 30 frames per second, which looks really good, folks. Just a heads up, the screen has a water drop style notch at the top and pretty thick bezels, but it does give you really nice colors, good enough to watch a movie or a TV show. Remember, 10,200 milliamp hours is more than enough to keep things running smoothly. Let's do a sound test. Just one speaker. The sound is actually really loud, folks. Just one speaker, but it's awesome. Let's check out what the interface is like. For example, it offers an underwater camera mode. Yep, you can use the volume up and down buttons to take a photo or record a video. Careful, no deeper than 1.5 meters. Just keep that in mind. Even though it can handle up to 2 meters for 30 minutes, I really wouldn't recommend pushing it. And please, only use it in fresh water. It comes with tools for legendary builders, like a step counter for when you're climbing a volcano, and even a sound level meter. Basically, it's made for mechanics, engineers, architects, whoever needs it. Here, you can also communicate with other RugKing devices within a 10-meter radius with no obstacles, basically like a walkie-talkie. It also has FM radio that works without needing an antenna. Yeah, it works even if you don't plug in headphones. Just a heads up, it doesn't have a headphone jack, but the radio still works, and that's pretty cool. You can even record the stations that are playing. That crazy music that gets you going. And that way, you'll be dancing with your device. Honestly, the speaker is really loud. We've got 8 gigs of RAM plus another 8 virtual, so it goes up to 16. There's also 512 gigs of internal storage, which is plenty for lots of photos or even video games. It also comes with Android 15 on board. I think getting Android 16 would be wishful thinking. We even have a very convenient shortcut key right here, which you can use to quickly open up a walkie-talkie app. But you can also set it to open the magnifier, take a screenshot, launch the underwater camera, or turn on the flashlight. We also have smart assistants. So, what exactly is this process? We are drawing a circle, well, just a small circle for now, and we are always making sure to use the buttons as our primary shortcuts to speed things up. It's kind of like this, but it won't work right now because I have the 3-button navigation on, but if you switch to just your navigation, then it'll work. Honestly, I haven't seen what I'm showing you, the dynamic island, actually work. I haven't seen it, folks. I've been using it. One thing that actually works really well is that if you tap it twice, it is going to wake up the screen. We also have glove mode. When you're in an area that's really cold or really hot, since it's durable, it can handle high and low temperatures. And it's great that it also supports dual apps, like having 2 Facebooks or 2 Instagrams. For a phone in this price range, having NFC is on another level for making our payments. Even casting the screen to a smart TV is next level. Chromebook, QuickShare, or even if you're going to use it for Uber. If it has Android Auto, you can add any kind of app and the GPS will work really well. With 10,200 milliamp hours, that's plenty. And it also has a proximity sensor. That's exactly what I wanted. We also have the capability of running 2 apps in the background, which essentially allows for true multitasking. I think that's an incredibly useful feature for people who absolutely have to work on their phone. And for those of you who lose power all the time, check this out. A super powerful LED light that works like a professional flashlight. And we also have a processor. It's a Unisoc, a T750. Well, what can this run? Free Fire runs more than fine, I have to say. And the GPU isn't the one you saw there. It's the Mali G57 megapixels one. Is it on par with a Helio G99? No, it's a Helio 85 in all its glory. That's what I can see. As you know, this channel is also a gaming channel because we do performance tests. And there was really no need to run a test, but I went ahead and tried it anyway. Just in case you're thinking, I want to buy a phone that's tough, super powerful, but I also want to enjoy a few games on it, right? Yeah, we all want to play games on our phones. Well, this one can definitely deliver. With Free Fire, PUBG Mobile, Blue Strike, Angry Birds, games that aren't too demanding on the GPU and CPU. Can you get headshots? Honestly, yes you can. How's this rolling? It feels really nice, pretty stable, and I like it. Check out how the aim moves up on this device. Even though it's not a gaming phone, it's a real all-rounder. Seriously. How did it pull that off? Now, let's talk about its cameras. We have 2 on the back. This one is a 48 megapixel sensor, and the second one is a 2 megapixel macro lens. And these 2 flashes, one is specifically for the flashlight, and the other is for taking photos with flash. And the selfie camera, of course, is 8 megapixels. Let me show you which one is for the flashlight. Yeah, so you can see how it works. Well, the camera interface is actually pretty complete. I like it because under More, you can find document scanning, beauty mode, filters, emoji, GIF mode, movies, pro mode, panorama, slow motion, time lapse, and even smart scanning for QR codes. For example, when you want to connect to Netflix and scan something else. We also have macro mode, portrait mode, large 48 megapixel photos with up to 4 times digital zoom. I like the large photo mode because we get automatic HDR, and we can also adjust the aspect ratio to either 16:9 or 4:3 with AI enabled. We also have HDR on the selfie camera. It's not the best out there, but it gets the job done. Let's also check out the video recording, which I like. And it also has a feature where if you raise your hand, it'll take a photo. Just imagine a phone like this having that feature, it really surprises me. This device is capable of recording in full HD at 30 frames per second. using both the rear camera and the front-facing selfie camera. It even features a dedicated night mode. Let's do a test. The photos are decent, nothing outstanding, since this device isn't really made for that. But at least when you go up a volcano, or you're somewhere you absolutely have to take a picture, or when your boss says, hey, send me a photo of the construction, at least you'll be able to get this kind of result. Or if you want to take a macro photo, it's nothing special, but you will be able to take a picture. Let's check out the selfie. Well, 8 megapixels. If your boss says, okay, show me a selfie of what you're doing, well, here you go. It's doable. Yeah, thanks to its 8 megapixels, it does work. And like I said, it's not that remarkable, but for tough jobs or if you're going camping somewhere, it'll really help you out and get you out of a jam. And what about video recording? How's that? Just like you see here, what I'm recording now is in 1080 resolution, 30 frames per second. It doesn't really look like it's that resolution. Just a heads up about that, I can tell you it's an HD resolution, but it's full HD. But since we only have 8 megapixels and the phone isn't really designed for this, at least for making a video call and telling your boss everything's fine at work, you can definitely do that. Yeah. And then how about the rear camera? Same thing, the resolution looks pretty low. Just so you know, I'm recording at 1080p, 30 frames per second. But if for some reason you want to send this video to someone or someone video calls you, yeah, it'll handle it. It even has autofocus. It's AF, not PDAF. Don't get those mixed up. That's why sometimes it struggles to autofocus. Look, here it did really well too. I think that's pretty remarkable, especially for its price range. Oh, the zoom goes up to 4 times digitally. It's working. What we're asking for is decent. We're back with this review. I liked it because this phone is designed for tough work. They even gave it a military color. It also has a fingerprint sensor, facial unlock, and a pretty well-balanced weight. It can take some pretty hard hits, some good knocks. It also comes with this included strap. The battery's really powerful, 10,200 milliamp hours, Android 15 on board, a pretty decent processor, not amazing, and the cameras did their job. Big thanks to the folks at Phones de Guatemala for sending it to me, and to you as well for tuning into this channel. We're done. Bye. Subscribe.